from Munster Bovine. Today I'm going to speak a little bit about a group of bulls for pedigree breeding, higher production bulls, and also with good conformation. I'll just briefly start off do an overview on agencies we have. First of all, we have semen available from the National Cattle Breeding Centre, which is Ireland's national breeding programme, whereby we genomically test over 3,000 bull calves each year, and from Irish breeders, and from those we select about 100 bulls that will enter our Gene Ireland programme each year. Also, we have bulls from ABS Genus, CMEX in Canada, and CRV in the Netherlands. Also, now this year we have, most of you would have received in the post our bull panels with up-to-date figures from our most latest proofs. And just briefly to explain them, we have one panel which is target 500 to 600 kilos a minute solids. So the group of bulls in this panel will be for those farmers wishing to produce between 500 and 600 kilos of solids with a 600 kg body weight cow. This group of bulls have an average EBI of 316 plus 0.14 protein percent and 34 kilos of solids. And the maintenance subindex on this group is 11 with a 7 health subindex and almost 140 on fertility subindex. Also on that group of bulls, we have some daughter-proven bulls. One such bull is Albert now, which is picking calving for their third lactations, and he's a bull with an EBI of about 230 now, with a very good balance of production and fertility, with over 15 kilos of protein and plus 0.15 in protein percent. The other main panel we will have is this group of bulls, which will be siring daughters of a lower mature body weight, around 400 to 500 kilos body weight. The maintenance subindex here of 15 on average, so with protein at plus 0.17, 100 milk production subindex and EBI of 312 with a fertility of 146. This group of bulls will sire daughters with lower body weight, higher percentages and higher solids with slightly lower milk volume. And a daughter-proven bull also in this particular panel would be Seville. He's actually the number one daughter-proven bull at the present with an EBI of 392, I think. Siring daughters, average production with plus 0.24 in protein percent, and his daughters are averaging well in excess of 3.7 protein. These are our top three pedigree bulls on EBI, which will be available. The ABIs from 358 up to 371. Both the last two bulls here, Zeus and Aramax, will be available through the Fresh Semen program. So I'll just move on from this slide, and I will go into some of the other bulls in a bit more detail. First, I'll start with the British regions. So we have two extremely good British region bulls available. And we have this very exciting bull available this year, widespread for the first time, is Mountain Jackhammer, bred from an exceptionally good British region cow family in Kilkenny. This is the granddam of the bull here on the left. She's on 8 lactations. She's excellent 91, and she has produced over 9,000 kilos of milk at 4% protein. The next cow on the photograph is actually a sister, and she is VG88, having produced over 8,500 kilos at 4.2 protein almost. The middle cow here is actually the dam of the bull. She's quite an old cow now. She's VG87. She has had over 5 lactations, averaging almost 9,000 kilos at 3.8 protein and over 4% fat. And the cow on the right is actually the third dam of the bull, the great grand dam, and she also has produced over 8,000 kilos or over 4% protein. What I like about these cows, and you can see it in all four of these cows, is the tremendous deep open dairy rib and the frames on them, and also a good body condition score on them. Great square cows with longevity. That's FR7131. And he's 100% pure Frisian. Also, on the 100% Frisian, you have Aintree Percy, a new bull that's just come in this year, and he's bred from this extremely good Prawley cow family in the UK from the Black Isle herd. And this is its excellent 95-point dam. And on the right here, we have actually a full sister to the bull to actual Percy. The dam here produced over 100 tons of milk lifetime, and he's a Hilton son from Glenalban dam. So that's just briefly a few British regions. We then go on to some of the Irish bred bulls. All the bulls I'm going to talk about here have a good positive conformation and are very balanced on both fertility, production, health, and all on the subtraits. This is Omega Prophet, FR 6451 and EBI 293, but he's a directive son, and he's bred from an excellent 90 CHQ dam, and the Grand Dam is an excellent 91 Paxton. The dam here, as you can see in the photograph, is an average sized cow with a lot of strength, with an exceptionally good on her legs and feet. She's in her 5th lactation here, and she have averaged almost 8,000 kilos and over 5% fat and almost 3.8 protein. First calves have been just born from this bull. Quite easy calving, I believe, so he would be suitable on heifers. But a very balanced bull with a good level of production, fertility, and very good on the health scores, with extremely good pedigree. The next bull is 6139 List of Perception, bred out of the List of Leslie family in Cork. He's a Persis son out of an excellent 90 Twist, and then you have an excellent 90 Man, and behind that you have many generations of VG and excellent cows as well. He has 35 kilos of solids, and this is his actual Grand Dam here pictured in our 5th lactation, I think. She's classified excellent 90. He's an easy calving bull, quite safely used on heifers. EBI of 280, giving a good level of production, over 400 kilos of milk, very high kilos of solids, and also plus on the actual percentages, fat and protein, and quite good on fertility as well. We'd be almost 90 on fertility sub-index. With these, when I go on to the next 4 bulls, there are these new exciting young test bulls we have brought into the program this year. And these particular bulls have been bred from cows that have extremely good cow families, and also these bulls will be a good positive for the conformation traits. All these bulls are almost 2 or over on conformation. The first bull I'm talking about is Glenria Zach, bred by Martin Kennedy in Glenville. He's an Olympus from an 82.2-year-old LWR daughter, coming from an VG 88 Hubbard, and then with an excellent, outstanding excellent 93-point MJI cow. This bull has over 30 kilos of solids, very balanced, proof, almost 2 on type, good on protein, good level of milk, high EBI, good fertility, extremely good on health traits. We'll then go on to Turbo Martin Francis, bred by James Egan and Kerry. And this is a very extremely interesting bull in that he's bred from this Geronimo P, which is a pole bull I will speak about later on. But this particular bull is also polled, so you will get some pole calves from this bull. He has an EBI of 305. His dam is an 85-point Persis, backed up by an 88-point LFM, and then we have a 92-point Hairy Breeze. The Grand Dam of this bull was just culled from the herd, I think, a few weeks back. I was talking to the herd owner. She had 8 lactations and over 90,000 kilos of milk lifetime, and she made a cull cow value of €1,650. So you have tremendous power and size in this cow family. The dam here is in her 2nd lactation, and she just completed a lactation of over 10,000 kilos at 4% fat and over 4% protein as well. This bull should have daughters of over 40 kilos of solids and plus 0.15% protein. An exceptionally good bull with exceptionally good production. Also a very good balance of fertility, almost 100 fertility. Very good on the health, big plus on health, and very good on all the subtraits. So that's Turbo Martin Francis. These bulls, these 4 bulls will be available, will be a limited availability, because there's very high demand for the semen from these bulls at the moment, so the semen will be quite limited from these 4 bulls. The next I'll talk about is Ballyelly Chili. He's a Chilton from an excellent 90 Corinthian, then we have 91-point Mogul from an 88-point Mascal. That was bred out of the Durham Raven, which was brought in from Holland by Tom Kelly at the Bonamore herd. And she's an excellent 92-point cow, the cow we can see in the photograph here. And this bull was bred by Trevor Lockhart in Letterkenny. He's almost 3 points in type, and he's bred from the Raven family. We've had a number of bulls that have done exceptionally well from that family, bulls like EXA and Raphael. He's 42 kilos of solids, plus or 5 in protein, and EBI 291. So again, a bull with a very good balance of production, type, protein, fertility, and all the health traits. We then go on to Bunnacloy Alibi for 7905 with an EBI 252. A Prazer son from an 82.2-year-old Monterey daughter, bred from an 88-point Dorman, and then we have an outstanding 93-point Jasper daughter, which was an exceptionally good cow, and many people might have seen this cow exhibited at the All-Ireland Bailey's Cow Championships up in Cavan a number of years back. This bull is 47 kilos of solids, plus 0.08 and protein, and over 2 points in type, and it's bred from the Apple family. So an extremely good, these 4 bulls, extremely good pedigrees in all 4 bulls, very strong dam lines with very good protein, very good conformation, all over 2 in conformation, very high in kilos of solids, and also a good level of fertility as well. So these bulls would be extremely suitable for those people looking for balanced cows, a high production balanced cows, good production and good fertility. I'll now go on to the imported bulls from other countries, and I'll talk about this bull by Maska, which many of you would be very familiar with. His dam is Morning View Yoder, and that's a Yoder daughter, and Maska is out of Afterburner. Afterburner left a lot of very good cows in this country, and he has a very good Irish daughter proof as well at the moment. He's got 52 kilos of solids. They're now in their second lactation in Ireland, and his proof actually went up on protein percent. He's plus 0.11 in protein and plus 0.17 in fat. He's available both sexed and ordinary, and but he's quite limited on sexed, as there's quite big demand for his semen. His daughters are average on stature, a lot of strength, extremely good rump structure. He will be a very good bull to use on bulls which are on cows that are behind the pens. An extremely good rear order. Also can be a bit straight in the leg perhaps, so will fit very well on cows that are a bit sickle to the leg. So you need him very well suited, more cows a little bit set on the leg. He would cross very well on those cows. Farmers are now making them in second lactation here, and they're extremely happy with them, particularly happy with the type of cow he's leaving and the production and the real high solids and fertility that the daughters have. He's available sexed, as I said, on a limited basis, as it's again very high demand, and also he would be suitable to go on robots, as he's got a little bit of link to the teeth, and also the teeth placement is not too close on the rear teeth. 4187 West Coast Persis, a bull which has been around for a number of years now. He's got an Irish daughter proof of 251, one of the highest daughter proven bulls in Ireland at present, with a big number of daughters milking here. It's over almost 2,000 daughters milking now. He's a penmanship from a Dorman from a Robust. This is his Dorman dam, this black cow here on the right. He's very easy calving, great bull to use on heifers. They just pop out. And then they go on to make extremely good cows, not overly tall cows, big enough but not overly tall, very, very good body condition score, also extremely good high wire rear runners and very good, extremely good ligament. 46 kilos of solids on his proof at the moment, and probably one of those bulls that's worked extremely well here. And if you talk to particularly say Michael Taft, that's done a lot of auctions, all the top price heifers in the sales that he's been having have been, generally speaking, Persis daughters. And farmers really like these cows. Very nice to work with, very good temperament, milking speed, and extremely good cows to work with. I'll now go on to a bull Progenesis Wimbledon. And again, he's a bull bred in Canada, EBI 253. Soaring daughters that are very strong, just average in stature. Won't do a lot to increase your stature, but a lot of weight in them. Very good body condition score. He's been out of his Alta Robson's son out of a mogul Denford Dam. He's now recently just got a proof in the UK, and he would be one of the top proven bulls at the moment in the UK. And he would be extremely high on the percentages fat and protein, and he's also very good on fertility. Fairly similar type pattern to the Wynaska bull. I'll now go on to ABS Geronimo, and he's, I spoke about a son of his earlier on that we had available, but this is actually Geronimo himself. He's actually polled bull, so you will get 25% of this daughters of this bull will be polled. He's a superhero from a Powerball. He's soaring average sized daughters, lovely black coated daughters, very similar to what you can see on the photograph here, with very good on his legs and feet, average on stature. Best suited probably to use up on stronger cows. They tend to be a little bit maybe immature as heifers, but they mature into extremely good cows. He's presently the actual number one bull and has done exceptionally well in Australia. Very high on particularly percentages, plus 0.28 in fat, plus 0.13 in protein, and he's almost 3 points in type. They're just starting to calve in Ireland here now, and I know I think there's some 6 or 7 calves in Ireland, and they'll all be over 83 points at this point in time. But I think where you need to use this bull is if you want to increase the solids in your cows, put a bit more solids in, maintain your production, and give you that average size, black, real nice dairy type cows. That's ABS Geronimo. This is a new bull we've had this year from C-Mix Canada. He's an Alta Robert from a Top Notch. He's got an EBI of 297. It'll be one of the higher EBI bulls that's been imported. 47 kilos of solids, plus 07 in protein, and he's 92 on fertility subindex. So an extremely good bull for those people looking for, high EBI, good type, good conformation, very good frames, particularly good on the rump structure this bull is, and he's also extremely high on your fertility traits, particularly in the US. The next one to talk about is the West Coast Alamarter. This is a bull I'm actually very excited about. I really like this bull. He's bred by Alcove. Alcove is the number one daughter-prone bull in Canada at the moment. He's done exceptionally well. He's from a Montana dam, then going back to a super shot, and he's bred from the world famous Delia family, which was voted recently as the most influential cow family in the world, and that has bred exceptionally well in all countries throughout the world. This is his dam on the right hand side here, this Montana Riza, and she's an 87.2-year-old, very well balanced cow with an extremely good udder. And the cow on the left here is its super shot grand dam. There's daughters in this country would be at a bulling stage, and all the reports on them would be exceptionally good in that they're breeding average size daughters, not too tall. A lot of strength through the front end and particularly good depth of body, but I think where he really excels is in his rump structure. Very good bull to use on cows which are a bit high in the pens, and is also an exceptionally good bull for robot ready, in that he's got a bit of link to the teeth, and also the teeth are nicely placed. They're not too close and they're not too wide, so they're exceptionally good bull for robots. He's also available sexed. He's got a very good production profile, good level of milk with good solids, plus on the solids, and a good EBI. All these bulls will be are high in EBI. They'll be over excess of 200 in EBI with good fertility, good production, and very good with no serious faults. I'll now go on to probably one of the most prominent and most successful cow families in Canada. It's this Agree cow. She's a Stanton's McCutcheon Agree, and she has bred, I think it's 7 of the 7 bulls in the top 100 in Canada. This particular cow has bred 7 of those top bulls. There's 14 generations of VG Excellent, but one of the newer bulls that's got a proof in Canada is Stanton's Adorable. He's a super shot out of Agree, and he is sowing daughters of, again, average stature, tremendous width to the rumps, very width to the rear udders, extremely good legs and feet, and also very, very high on body condition score. Very good all-round production traits, maintaining percentages, about 500 kilos of milk, and an extremely good bull also to use for your robots. She's also the dam of the Stanton's Alligator, a very big production bull. He's a King Boy son that's been very popular in Canada for the real high production guys, breeding tall cows with a lot of frame and a lot of production, but needs to be protected a little bit on the solids. And then I think probably one of the most successful bulls from this cow is Stanton's Applicable, which now have third lactation cows milking here. He's a silver from a green. He's probably the breed's #1 bull on locomotion, so an extremely good bull to use on legs and feet. If you want to improve legs and feet, particularly locomotion, he'll do an exceptional job. Extremely high wide rear udders, good teeth placement, average in stature, not overly tall cows. Very good on body condition score, a little bit rounded on the rib, and not extreme dairy cows. So a very extremely good bull to give you a very balanced, consistent cows, and with tremendously good farmer satisfaction as well with the daughters that are milking here. This is a new bull this year from APS. It's Prehin Ringrose. He's bred out of this Top Shot Ruby cow, but this traces back to the Southern Sahara family, American cow family, which has been very popular and has thrown down up a lot of bulls down through the last number of years. He's a Kenobi son, and then you've an Alta Top Shot, and before that you've a Rubicon daughter. He's got an EBI 290, over 50 kilos of solids. Again, very good on fertility, particularly good on fertility, production, and type, again, over 2.5 points in type. Very balanced bull. He's bred in this famous Prehin Holsteins in the Northern Ireland, in County Derry, I think. But it looks like a bull that has got a lot of strength, nice back bull, and a very balanced kind of a bull. Should breed extremely good daughters with very good all-round balanced type cattle. I'll go on to this red and white bull. That's probably one of the most world-famous bulls or in-demand bulls around at the moment. He's the first red and white bull to be the #1 bull in the LPI ranking in Canada, overtaking all the black and white bulls. He is a Reuben son out of El Salvador, out of a Rubicon, and he traces back to this world-famous Hiawatha family. So there's 4 brothers, I think, of this particular bull, this being the highest one. Breeding average stature cows again, with a lot of strength in them, particularly good on the health traits, particularly on fertility, and extremely good on cell count. Good levels of production, with good percentages with. He's available just sexed only. His semen is quite scarce, so there's a little bit available. So he's just sexed, but if you can't get him, the next best bet is probably if you use some semen of Rubens, which is his sire, and he's a bull that's been very popular across Europe, that his daughters are just calving in now, and we get extremely good reports, and people are very happy with the daughters. And if you can't get Ranger, then Rubens would be available, and he's just available sexed as well. So they're two red and white bulls, if anyone looking for red and white. I'll just move on to the Sandy Valley Challenger. He's a relatively new bull that's got a daughter proof in the US. He's one of the top other bulls, the top 20 TPI bulls in the US. He's bred from an extremely famous cow family, that's Sandy Valley Cock and Scream, Excellent 93, and that traces back to the world famous Cosmopolitan Shuttle cow. And this is the dam here, the spotted cow here on the left. Big, strong cow with a lot of condition, breeding exceptionally good cattle. This bull is exceptionally high in fat, minus in stature, so he's not going to give big cows, but very correct cows. He's best used on your taller, more dairy cows. He'll bring down the size of them a bit, put a bit more condition into them, very high body condition, but an exceptionally good bull, particularly on others, legs and feet. Probably avoid a bit maybe on your cows that are very high in the pens, but breeding an exceptionally good type of a cow, and I will just in a few moments, I have quite a short video that will show a number of his daughters, and we'll just see that in a few moments. On the right hand side of this cow is this Paradise cow, Sandy Valley Paradise, and she is the dam of Sandy Valley Batman. It's a bull that we've been using there for a number of years. He's an IMAX out of a Jedi, out of this Paradise cow. This is the grand dam of Batman. This bull is now actually daughter proven. He's since 2 weeks ago from the US proof run, and his actual TPI would up from his genomics. So his daughters have actually done better than what his genomics would have suggested, and they have done particularly well on protein percentages, very high protein, very high fat, moderate level of milk, average size cows, very good body condition score, exceptionally good udders. And this is the bottom here. We have 2 daughters of Sandy Valley Challenger. Batman is he was available sexed and conventional. I think the sex may be running short at this stage of time. There may be a little left, but there is be some conventional semen left. It's a bull that would be very high in demand. So again, if you want some semen for him, you'd want to move quickly. Also, Batman in particular would be very suitable for robots as well, and that is, his teeth placement, his rear teeth placement would be a little bit wider than not too close. I'll just move on, and this bull here, Walnut Lawn Sidekick, and he's probably a bull that would be for maybe slightly different market in that he's a bull that would be more suited into those people looking for extremely good show cattle, particularly show calves and show heifers and show cows. He's bred from the Abbott son out of this excellent 95 point McCutcheon cow from an 88.2-year-old Lavengard, which is the dam of Walnut Lawn Solomon. This is his dam here on the right, and this is a daughter here, Evening Cyclic Jennifer, which won many shows in the UK. He's the number one daughter-proven bull in confirmation in Canada plus 17 final class. His daughters are well above average in stature, but they're very, very balanced. They got nice dairy cattle with tremendous depth and openness of rib, with an extremely good rump structure, very almost correct in the structure, very good legs and feet, and particularly good on the others, particularly teeth placement and four-other attachments. So he's a bull that would be very suitable for those people looking for to have a little bit of fun showing some calves and some older cattle as well. He's just available a little bit conventional, and there's a small bit sex coming in shortly. He is quite scarce. He's in very high demand all around the world. So if you want to use Cyclic as a bull, you should definitely order early, because he will up the other day you actually want him. I'll just finish up here, and we will finish up showing you the video. I'd just like to thank you all very much for your attention, and I'll just finish off on this particular video of the Challenger daughter.
We have around 20 milking Sandy Valley Challenger daughters. He's one of the best bulls for udders that we've used recently, with exceptional udder quality and texture, high wide rear udders. They're averaging around 90 pounds of 4.3 fat, and the majority are already pregnant.